And so on the other end of it, the woman got blocked. So she can't even find me anymore. So within seconds, I'm like, oh my gosh.
She was one of the harassers.
You were one of the harassers.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Do the Work podcast. I'm your host, AZ Araujo, along here with Miss
Carla Araujo.
And Carla, it's been a couple weeks here,
more
than a few weeks.
It's been a minute
since we got together on our Do the Work podcast. And you know what? Like, we've been getting a lot of people reaching out to us and say, hey, we're going to get new episodes. And we're like, yeah, it's coming. And we always get preoccupied, especially now. We got a lot of different moves, big moves within our different companies. And but we decided, hey, this is a priority. This is something that connects us. This is something that other people have told us how it's changing their perspective on their marriage. And I think it's important, right? We talk about love, business, relation, just the whole
about it all.
Yards.
We put ourselves out there.
So today we have a very interesting subject. Since the last time we were on here, Miss Carla Araujo, you've become TikTok famous.
I don't know about famous, but I'm out there.
TikTok famous.
I'm out there. I don't know if I can say famous, but I am out there.
You know, you've got your 28,000 followers.
20.1.
28.
And as we speak, I can't even. It's at 100 because it's going up.
Well, anyway.
So I don't even know what's going on here.
She's got a ton of followers, and she's only started this game about 2 months ago.
Yep, little less than 2 months.
And you've been pretty consistent with it. And this app actually matches up with your personality.
You know what? I have been more consistent on this app than any app out there, than any social media app, just because I was telling people I finally got an app that matches my personality. And this is truly me. This is just me. I love just to kind of joke around, make people laugh. That's just who I am. I laugh at my own jokes, dance to my own music.
You do laugh at your own jokes.
I know. This is just me. So I just absolutely love TikTok just because, I can shine and literally just be me.
So what's your handle on TikTok? How do they find you?
It's just Carla Araujo.
Is it Carla?
At
AZ Figure.
Let me see. Let me pull it up. You can find me at AZ Figure.
Let me see.
AZ Figure.
You have a 28.1 thousand followers, and you actually had one video that went what I consider viral, right?
Yeah,
if you have over 1 million views, that's considered viral. So I was part of that, so I'm honored, and I'm also famous.
And then so it was. You're also famous. It's kind of neat because I'm going to tell you the fire that got me on the TikTok. So my daughters, I keep hearing this TikTok. And so I'm like, let me see what this is about. So I go to the app and I make my first video. I think it's a Madonna song. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. Just because, I don't know, I can just be me. It's so normal, natural to me. So I go home and I'm like, oh my gosh, girls, I got TikTok. And my daughter's little friend was there. And she said, oh, Mrs. Araujo, how many views did you get? No, I said, I think it was like 1,000 views on this one.
No, you got like 200 views.
It was low. It was a low. I don't know what number
it
was, but it was pretty up there. And then she said, well, it's not about she goes, but how many likes? And I go, 4. And then she goes,
okay.
Yeah. And I go, 4. And then she goes, oh, it's all about the likes, not the views. And I was like, from that point forward, I'm like, watch, I'm going to blow this up. So I started just being consistent, 2 to 3 videos a day, just because, well, I honestly, in all honesty, really me, it's just always constantly joking around, taking chances. If something kind of pops up, I'm like, I'm going to go do some pull-ups on this, whatever it is that just pops up in my head. So I'm kind of TikToking my life, I guess. So I started doing that, but my views and my likes were kind of growing. And then I started making some dancing videos. And so my girls ended up telling me, if you go to the famous songs, you have to mimic those dances.
Yeah.
And I'm like, great, I'm not a good dancer. So let's try this. So I did. And so the views and the likes were coming in. And then I did a video with you where it looks like I'm kind of flashing you. Yeah. So it kind of looks like the students flashing the teacher or whatever. Teacher. And honestly, that's not the route I was going. I was honestly just flirting with you.
Yeah.
Because I'm always flirting with you throughout the day. People just don't see that. So I'm constantly doing things to get your attention.
You do, like dropping the pencil and then locking your knees to pick it up.
I do all kinds of, or I'll, pull my shirt up where nobody's looking. You're like, what the heck? So all kinds of weird things. And it's fun because, but then at the same time, you're just kind of like, I have work to do. Like, I'm like, yeah, but anyway, that's just who I am. So when I flashed you, there was all these, I couldn't even keep up with the comments because so many were coming through. So I kind of just ignored it. But then the ones that were coming through, I started becoming popular where they were on my page looking at other videos. So my other videos were getting 200 plus likes. So it was really cool on the way it happened. But what I did run into were a lot of negativity. Of course, for the most part, 90% of my comments are all positive.
And this is nothing new. I mean, we're used to we're used to putting ourselves out there, right?
No, you didn't tell me to hold on.
Well, you're like talking. I want to be part of this conversation.
Well, no, because I was going somewhere with that. So the reason, so the 10% of it was all negative. The reason it didn't bother me, and this is where I think you were going, because I've been here before.
Yeah, we're used to it.
We're used to the negativity, so it doesn't really bother me. I just kind of whatever. I really couldn't care what you say, but so it didn't bother me. So I did a troll class video. Troll Class 101 because it went based on.
It was a funny video that she put on TikTok.
It was TikTok, and then I put it on Facebook and everywhere else, and that one I think pretty good. But it was based on that, just because you had so many people scrolling through my TikTok. People were creating accounts, and I know they were because I had people telling me just to be nosy to see what TikTok was about and to follow me. But go ahead. What were you going to say? Because there's more. There's so much more I want to say on this subject.
Well, yeah,
but
yeah. We're kind of. So the thing was, it's like I noticed that you started showing me some of the comments that were on there because TikTok's the anonymity. Oh, got it. The anonymity of it it's much easier, right, to create accounts. At least it seems like that to me. Like on Instagram, it's a little different. You almost. You know who's on the other end and on Facebook, unless they go about it a different way.
Right.
But it's so easy on TikTok, and there's so many randomness there, right? That one of the things that I noticed was that the negativity was at a different level. Mm-hmm. Right. It was people are just very harsh. I don't know if it's these kids. I don't know if it's adults, but it was kind of weighing on you a little bit because even though we were used to it, you were like, oh, on TikTok, they're more vicious. Well, they like attack personally, right?
It wasn't that it was weighing on me and so much. Okay, so I made the Troll Class 101 because what I started to realize is on TikTok, you can create whatever username you want and no one needs to know who the person behind the username is. Where Instagram and Facebook, you can probably do it, but it's a lot more work. So everyone knows who you are and you can decline, accept, and block them. And you can do the same thing on TikTok. But I left my page open on TikTok just because been there, done that. I know what you're, criticizing me, judging me. I don't give a crap. So I'm so used to it. But TikTok was becoming extremely harsh. And the reason why it bothered me was because my kids were seeing those comments.
Yeah. So this is the first platform where all of us as a family, well, I'm not on TikTok, but you and the girls are connected.
Right.
In a way where they're able to see all the comments coming.
So my daughters were like, Mom, people are saying really mean things. And so I'm like, it doesn't really matter. Who cares? Just ignore them.
Yeah, because what we've done is we just left them alone. And on the stuff on Instagram or on Facebook, if somebody has something negative to say, we're like, we're going to like it and we're just going to forget about it. Like, it's not even going to, create enough energy to even block you, or if you want to say that, we leave it on our page. Right. We don't care. But on this, it started bothering you because our daughters could see it,
my little one started seeing these comments and they were like, they're really being really mean. They're bullying you. They're harassing you. They're talking stuff about Dad. She was really being hurt. So she took 2 days and she scrolled through all the comments, all the videos. She started blocking, deleting, and also reporting harassment and bullying. So the usernames, I'll give you one prime example, and this can probably be you. So it's like a user 279026529988.
Yeah.
That's how the users are coming in and they're following me. Then you have a person who will say their full name, who Cassie Johnston or whatever is following me. But you click on their thing and they have like no photos and they're following a ton of people. So you don't even know if that's that person.
Right. They're just made up names. But most of them that we noticed just had randomness, right?
Right.
So what did it? So it was bothering my little one.
Well,
and it was bothering
my daughter. Correlated this. This was super phenomenal in the way she said it. She goes, people are making comments as if they know you and Dad personally, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they don't personally know us. And so Madeline's like, they're following you on Facebook or on Instagram, so they know you because they're making comments like they know you. And I'm like, and she's like, they're following you on other social sites. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right. So they're being these trolls on our Instagram, or haters, or whatever you want to call them. They're saying, you know what? I see that she has a TikTok, because I'm out there I'm constantly posting TikTok videos on my Facebook and on Instagram. So they've created these users, and if you go and you follow those users that have just become my friends, they literally have no post, no nothing. So you can tell they're trolls.
And they're only following like,
and they're only following like 50 people or whatever. So you can tell they're trolling through these pages, but they do know us from other social sites on some of the comments. So she started deleting and blocking them and
so
reporting
anyone
them.
who was, saying anything, I think that's the big change for us, right? Because we have thick skin. I mean, being in this industry, creating the businesses we have, you gotta have thick skin.
Oh yeah.
But it started affecting, our daughters in a way,
right.
and us too, right? Like in a way where it's like, hey, why is this so, like these people that are anonymous,
right,
are the most vicious, right? So it's like, Madeline took it upon herself to do what? You were telling me this earlier.
So she started
going through your TikTok account.
Going through my TikTok. So she looks at a lot of my stuff on TikTok now. She's like, I'm going to protect you. I'm going to monitor everything. Because she also has, TikTok's big. So you can do a lot of harassment and bullying. And so Madeline's like, I'm going to go through every single thing. So she blocked them, reported them for harassing and bullying. And then she also deleted the comments.
Yeah.
She did all three of those things, and took her 2 days. And she's like, okay, I'm going to start from scratch on her TikTok, and I'm going to start getting it every day, monitor everything. I'm like, okay, cool. So she's my police on TikTok. So I totally love that. But I think the great lesson that I taught her, it was in this whole process, was like, it's not going to bother me, but it doesn't really need to sit there and be weighing on me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool, then do that. So it's not like she's bothered by it, but she was definitely, I guess she was bothered by it.
She was bothered by it, but it's enough for you to be bothered by it.
Correct.
So this was the funny thing about this. Okay, so she spent the last 2 days, and this is when I was in Denver with my other daughter, right? We had a volleyball tournament. And so they went through all the comments, people that were just, if they say something that's, negative, but it's not personal, hey, no big deal. So you were really going after specific people that were just being real, just
being viciously
vicious, vicious,
mean. I don't care if you're rude. I don't care if
rude is one thing.
I've been called loud, annoying. Keep them. I'm like, just keep it. It doesn't bother me. Keep it. Leave it there, because that makes me create more content behind that. But if you're literally being like trash talking, like viciously trash talking, she was deleting them.
Yeah, she was deleting them, blocking them, right? So this just happened yesterday on Monday.
Yep.
So Carla goes to drop off my youngest daughter. I was still out of town. And, they were there before school started. She was going to this science camp. So it was kind of like a real relaxed day. But you guys got there extra early.
We did.
She starts doing a TikTok. You jump in. And then a parent comes out of nowhere, right? And says, oh, hi, Carla.
Well, I guess because she was doing these, the TikTok outside the car and whatever. And we were just kind of getting her stuff and getting ready to go to the grass area. We were signing them in. So we were one of the first cars there, and then we started seeing people pull in, and a lot of them were waiting because we got there like literally at 6:30. So check-in time was at 7:30. So a lot of moms and dads were waiting in the parking lot for their kids as the time started getting more. But anyway, we get off and we walk her to the grassy area, and I check her in. She goes on her way, but in the middle of all this, anyway, a mom comes up to me and she's like, "Hey, Mrs. Araujo," or she calls me Carla. She's like, "Hey," because the little girl had called me Mr. Araujo, and the mom was like, "Hey, Carla, like we were watching the TikToks. You're so funny." She was complimenting me. It's like she knew a couple of the videos I had created. Blah 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 blah. Conversation went on, and then she says, "But I can't find you anymore on TikTok." And then something's going on with my daughters because she doesn't have access to her TikTok. Well, when you are reported for harassing or bullying, you're literally knocked off the game for like, I don't know how many, until they investigate that you're not a bully and not harassment. And so on the other end of it, the woman got blocked. So she can't even find me anymore. So within seconds, I'm like, oh my gosh.
She was one of the harassers.
You were one of the harassers.
And granted, even putting this out there, I mean, it puts us in a predicament. I mean, our girls go to a small private school. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We're not going to beat around the bush. We're straight up people. And
and this is the thing. I treated her with. I said, "Oh, I think I'd even patted her on the back, and I was like, have a good one." And I even stayed there. I can't remember the conversation, but so it was like, huh?
So you're posturing to her?
No, I'm not. Because
you didn't catch on at that specific
I didn't catch on.
Oh, got it.
Well, no, I caught on, but it didn't bother me because it's not
to
against.
Hold a grudge, right?
Yeah, to hold a grudge. It's not against me.
Got it.
It's not against me. So I was laughing at it because I'm like, you just basically, I caught you, but what am I gonna do? Ooh, I caught you. You're teasing me. It's like so stupid. Like, how old are we? Like, I couldn't really care less.
Right.
But obviously, she did say something that bothered Madeline on it, right? But my point to telling you is that I'm not going to hold grudges.
Right.
You just
rise above it.
Yeah, rise above it, and just don't follow people who are like not meant for you, but for you to make comments,
to spew this ugliness, and that's the crazy thing about it. It's because it's so, it's so contactless, right?
So
it's
so going back, I'm not posturing,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to treat somebody rude because they're rude to me.
Right.
It's not against me. It's just I'm doing something that you're not willing to do.
Yeah.
So what's not against me though? So I'm not posturing. I'm not
Right.
going to treat people mean.
Yeah, you're not going to say, I know why,
Yeah.
or be confrontational about it. It's just like, hey, not a big deal.
Because I promise you this.
You already let her have it by blocking her out of your...
blocking her, yeah. Because when
she can't see all the greatness that you have.
I'm going to tell you this. I've been confrontational with people.
You have.
And I'm going to, I don't...
You don't back away from confrontation.
No,
you don't.
No, heck no. I will tell you to your face. I don't talk behind your back. I'm just straightforward with you. This is what I found though. If you're not ready for me, I will like literally trigger you. I will embarrass you. And I got to tell you, in her face and her, everything about her, she wasn't ready for me to tell her, what rude comment did you say? Because that's something I would say. But why would I do that?
Why waste your energy?
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely not.
So this has been a very interesting platform. I'm not on there. It just doesn't attract me. Maybe I'm just getting too old. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is, because it took me forever to get onto Instagram.
Oh no, I make you do videos with me.
Yeah, I'll do videos with you, but I don't have an account, and I really don't need another thing to distract me.
I know when you said I'm going to get my own I'm like, just use mine, bro, because I promise you it will be a distraction.
It is a distraction, but it's up and coming. And it seems like everyone under 14 years old is on there. It's like 99% of the kids are on there. Now, I'm starting to see some, adults and everything else kid on board. And Gary Vee, when we went to go visit him in New York, he mentioned that you must get on there. You did. Yeah. And a
lot of my followers,
a year later, but
a lot of them are not kids. A lot of them are adults. Like a lot of like a high percentage,
majority,
are adults. So I'm going to tell you this. I don't recommend the app unless you can like hold yourself back. Because you can find yourself laughing 24 hours, 7 days a week on that app.
Yeah, it's a good one. There's been some a lot of great positive feedback. I know we're just focusing on the small percentage of negativity, and I think that was just the topic of conversation. It's like you don't have to even take it like even a little bit. Like for us, it was let's just leave it there. It's not a big deal. But you don't even have to leave it there. It's just like if you don't like it, it's your medium.
Right.
It's not like you can't take it. It's not that you don't have the thick skin to be able to handle it. Yeah. It's like if you don't need it, if you don't want to watch it, just delete it. But the worst thing we can do is respond to it. Right. The worst thing you can do is go onto that tangent where you're spending an hour arguing back and forth with someone who you don't know.
No, and you were definitely brought up in this conversation while me and Madeline were having this talk about, and then she was going through my stuff, but you were the topic of the conversation because we were both talking about you. We were saying you have always told us do not respond to this negativity. Of course, I'm more a fireball than you are, so I'm like, let me respond back in the days. But now I'm just like, why would I waste my energy on you? So you were definitely the topic conversation.
And here's what happens. Like, yeah, it was because that's something we've known to do for a while, right? Our job is to try to connect with individuals in our different businesses. But responding to them takes you down a different, just down this path, this rabbit hole that just never ends.
I'm going to tell you this. This is it takes you down a rabbit hole, and it makes you. I'm going to tell you the best. I love this. I'm very consistent when it comes to my marketing, and so this is a good thing. When you feel good and you feel everything about you feels awesome, and you feel you're I don't know. Anyway, you're consistent in these marketing, but that one negative comment, that one moment can really take you down.
And I'm glad you brought that up.
And so when you're down, when someone makes this comment, you're down at the bottom and you're constantly still continue to rise to make this, your business on marketing consistent, then you know you're good.
Then you know you can rise above anything.
Right.
And that's the thing. That's the beauty of it. Because, oftentimes, like I said, we've conditioned ourselves. We're able to take on this negativity and still continue to, like our philosophy is, you hear a negative comment, you double down. You come back hard and you start posting more and more and more.
And I was joking on this when I said the troll class, because I always thought every time, and you always told me with one negative comment, you should always continuously come back hard. So that's always been my mindset, because you've always told me just that negative comment, make
another video or post immediately.
So it was kind of neat because on Instagram, on TikTok, it literally fired me up to go back on my other social sites and start making all this content. So anyway,
if anything, it did fire you up. But there's something that happens for a lot of individuals, is that they shut down. They start questioning their efforts, right? If somebody says, "Oh, you're posting too much," next thing you know, they start questioning themselves. Maybe I am posting too much. Maybe I am becoming overbearing. Maybe it is too much. And it's like, no. I mean, the thing is like you're triggering their lack of effort.
Yep.
Whoever wrote that, even though they may be someone within your circle, you're like triggering their inability to be as consistent as you.
Right.
And that gets to some people. And I've had people within our own organization that says, hey, this person made a comment and it did shut me down for a few days. I started questioning myself. Maybe I am posting too much. Maybe, this is the same content somebody else is putting out there.
Right.
But it's like, when you hear that kind of stuff, I think that's our main philosophy, is like, do another one immediately.
Right.
Like, break that cycle so you're not thinking about it, because the more you think about it, the harder it gets to overcome it.
Right.
So it's like, oh, here's some negativity. Let me go back at you right now. That was a smack on me, and let me smack you right back.
Right.
And that always gets us into the flow of things. Right. And I love how you do that. Like that, you got like 3 or 4 almost on one video, and all of a sudden you start doing 5 or 6 more videos.
Well, there was this one video that I had I'd done with you, and it was me when your girl goes too far. And she's constantly talking.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think the first subject line that I said, my cousin called me yesterday and she's pregnant. I wonder whose baby it is. And I keep talking and talking. Yeah. And then the camera, I put the phone over to you and you're kind of holding your head like if you're irritated. Well, this one woman comes in and it was on Facebook. It was on Facebook, and this woman comes in and says, he looks annoyed. And then she posts the exact same person, goes into my Instagram, because I put it on Instagram. It's a different name, and she's a real estate agent. And she tells me, how you sound like you're annoying him. Why don't you stop? And there's
the whole point of the video.
And so in my mind, I'm like, are you where? Who are you? And where are you? That's do you have a sense of humor? Because that is the point of the video. And you do know he's holding his head, because that's part of the video. So I don't know if it was a shot at me or what. But you go into and you click on her photo. In her Instagram, she's a full blown individual that's following only you, not me. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I trigger you because you're obviously following AZ, but you're not following me. So it's just kind of funny. You can comment all you want, but again, it didn't bother me. So that night I went back and made another video with you when I'm in the backyard and I'm wearing your T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like, oh, okay, you want to see annoying? Let me annoy you even more.
Yeah, you annoy him to stop harassing you.
Oh,
it's kind of
yeah.
And that's the beauty of it.
So it didn't shut me down. I was like, you want to see annoying? Let me do this video.
Yeah.
And you went along with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the whole point of it. Because others will, when somebody takes the time to actually, stop, they'll scroll through whatever feed on their phone, stop, look at the content, sit there for the entire video,
right? Then
take the time to comment.
Yeah.
Take pride of that. Even though it's a negative comment, take pride in that, because, your actions are so powerful. They're so forward that it took them scrolling. And this is how all of us are right now. Just this is the way we do it.
Well,
but for someone to stop, look at the video, comment, it's like you're doing something good.
Okay.
Continue to do that, because what's happening is you are definitely exposing their inability to have the courage just like you. So I would take that as a compliment. And
I love
and the thing is, you hear that, go harder. Don't sit there, think about it, because it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. And your job is to continue to put your content yourself out there so you can attract the right people for your businesses.
Well, I love it, AZ, because that's the whole thing is when she commented on Facebook and then you watch the whole video, obviously, to see that I'm annoying. You
and
comment.
Then watch it again.
And then you watch it again on Instagram and then you comment, you give me a whole sentence there. I'm thinking to myself, man, I trigger you. Why don't you, and I'm clicking, I'm like, go sell some houses, go do something. Instead of, if I'm annoying you watching this video, block me, unfollow me, do something with your life. But comment on me, great. Let me give you more content. And I made even more a video after that. Like I even made more content after that.
I love it.
So and so you said something very
use it as fuel. It really is.
Because it is. It's fun. It's fun. Have fun with it. Don't do it to annoy other people. But if that's who you truly are and you're just having fun with it, do that. But I'm definitely not making content and doing dances and doing all these things to annoy people. That's just really who I am. And so, and if you're in my circle and you know who I am, everyone knows me like that. So it's not something that I've created or whatever. It's just truly who I am. So it's just kind of neat when people make these comments because I have a whole army behind me that will whoop your butt if they find out. So that's what's kind of neat about it. And I have other people that will comment like, dude, do you even know who she is? Like, and so that's what I'm saying. One comment doesn't bother me because I have a whole army behind me. So, test me. Go ahead, try it. Because it's not I'm making this content to annoy you or trying to shoot back at you. I'm literally just having fun.
Yep. I love it. And, I think every business owner, whatever you're doing, it has to be a platform. These free platforms, these free tools, there really are tools to help you grow your business. But understand that there's always going to be some negative aspects to any great thing, right? And those are just some of them. But it's your job to continue to plow through it, be able to harness your power as an individual, as yourself. And regardless of who says these comments, and sometimes it's not even strangers, it's the people within your circle. It's like, outlast them. Are you only as good as their comment? Or are you going to be able to overcome that and showcase to them that, hey, the way you knew me is not the way you know me now. This is who I am. I am consistent. I will continue to go regardless of what is said. And if you take that philosophy, you'll start noticing and reaping the benefits to the profits in your business because you are now attracting the right people and they'll love the one thing that most lack, consistency. That is a beautiful trait that a lot of people look up to. And it's something that we can all build, regardless of our economic backgrounds, regardless of the society. The different levels of success that we're in. Your consistency is looked at as a beautiful trait by all. Okay, now it's up to you to be able to stay with it. So, Anyway, I love that. So, TikTok famous Carla Araujo is in the house.
I don't know if I'm famous, but I'm up there.
Yeah, 28,000 followers.
I don't know if I'm famous. Some people have some people are crazy.
A couple million. It's
a couple
okay.
million.
Hey,
Holy smokes, man! That TikTok
in
is
my circle. Don't
it's
reduce your efforts.
It's not meant for everyone.
But 28,000.
But it's definitely meant for me.
So your goal is to continue to put yourself out there.
My goal is to get 100K followers.
All right.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
If I got this far within less than 2 months, my goal is 100K.
All right, let's get 100K.
I got some major dance moves out there that I.
Oh, you've been practicing.
I've been practicing.
You're stretching and the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
I love it.
The running man's gonna get it
Running man. That's like your go-to move.
Right there, running man.
Damn.
I did a what are they called those when you're in grade school? You're to do a contest.
Oh, the talent shows.
I did a talent show. And I think it was to what is that song? What's that song, guys?
New Kids on the Block.
New Kids on the Block. So I did a talent show, and I promise you, I think we all had 15 to 20 minutes per dance, or even less than that. And the whole entire time, I did the running man, and I did the new block, when you grab on and you do your hip dance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did that. And everybody booed me off stage. I remember that. It wasn't pretty that year, but
it's still not pretty now. I've seen those moves,
but that is my go-to dance because you said that.
Hey,
that is my go-to dance.
Listen, you own it, and that's all that you should care about, right?
That's right.
It doesn't have to make sense to
I'm
others.
having fun. One day I'm not going to be able to, even do the running man.
You won't be able to even move your hips.
I won't even move my hips. Might as well utilize them now. I'll be like,
you'll be stuck.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it now.
Yeah,
taking advantage of it.
Why hold back?
That's
all
right.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Do the Work podcast. It was our pleasure to be back on here, and we'll have another episode for you next week. But if you're a business owner, you know exactly what to do. Don't let anybody hold you back. And I know it's such a simple lesson here, but I think it goes a long way. All right, guys. That's all I got. Carla, you got anything?
Nope, I'm done. I'm out.
All right. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye now.